It's been a rough few months. Before, literally like a week before, I feel like I'm a complainer or like a person that has problems now, which I've never really, I'm not. I'm trying to not have these things because it makes my life easier, but I actually had a melanoma removed. I did a skin check. We're back in Australia, it's something we do every year. And yeah, this tiniest little dot, like I have pretty good skin really. It usually doesn't burn or anything. And it was like the smallest dot you'd ever imagine. And then they took a biopsy and like cut out, said no, it actually had melanoma in it, which is not good. It was like class 0, which is the lowest, but they still had to take more out because they didn't get the cancer at the margins. So like a week later, I had like a million stitches. Like I have inside the skin stitches as well, like internal stitches, and then outside stitches. So this is here, it's healed pretty well actually. It's at week 5 now, and you can almost not see it. So that's actually gone really well. But I do recommend everyone to do a skin check because I honestly would never have expected myself to have a skin cancer, let alone a melanoma. So I now will get checks every 6 months. But yeah, I'm pretty looking forward to a period of time where things go good and there's no little like dramas happening. But it's part of triathlon or endurance sport or a long career in any sport or any field is that it's not if but when, so it's how you manage things when they do happen. And so I'm very proud of how myself and my team have dealt with these things and look forward to, I guess celebrating, once we sort of get back on track and hopefully having some good achievements this year with the team because of how much they've helped me. I'm super grateful and really just looking forward to and have much greater appreciation for my job and training and racing than I did probably 5 or 6 months ago. Sometimes the hard things actually make you realise how important what you do and what you love is to you. So get a skin check. So while we're on injuries, one thing that has come about for me to think about over these past couple of weeks is pain management and medication. Obviously we had the situation with Colin Chartier a few weeks back, testing positive to EPO. He's obviously trying to enhance his performance. But in this situation for me, I've had like pain and we need to manage the pain with medication. So first of all, the most remarkable thing happened. I do get tested a lot, by the way. I'm on the World Anti-Doping whereabouts list. When people have been putting up all their tests, the number of tests they take, I honestly think I probably doubled that because I'd get home tests pretty regularly, like at least 4 this year since we've been back, maybe more, maybe 5. And then also every time I race, I'm typically on the podium, so I get more tests for that too. So I think 40 tests plus in the past like couple of years maybe. So like I'm regularly tested, which means then I have to check my substances. So one thing with that is for everyone out there, when you get a new medication, so for example, I have to take paracetamol with some codeine in it. So a little bit of codeine helps with pain management for me. I'm literally having one of these a day. If you need to check something like this, there's a website called the Global DRO and it's for checking your substances. So what you do is you go on there and you can write in the exact name of the medication. You say you're an athlete, the sport you're in, the country you're from, and then you can check the substance and you can look up both the name of the brand, the name of the individual ingredients, and that will return an answer for you whether you're allowed to have the substance in competition or out of competition, or both. Or whether it's restricted or whether you need a TUE. So for example, if you look this up, it'll say it's allowed in competition and out of competition. And so, yeah, like I have to check everything. I check literally everything, because I think sometimes we get these like positive tests in our sport and people sort of throw dust up in the air, like, oh, it was in my drink bottle, or, oh, I don't know how I had it, and it must have been, you know, contaminated this. And from my experience, like, in order to, and my research and reading about things, like in order to get a positive test for a synthetic substance, you have to have pretty much known you've taken it. It has to be in a quantity such that your body metabolizes it to have some left, enough left in you to then test positive as well. So what freaks me out is that people say stuff like that, and so, oh, it was in my salt, or it's in my drink bottle, and like you're sort of thinking they're just throwing dust up in the air, and then it leaves athletes that genuinely do the right thing stressing about every single thing we put in our mouth. To that end, I like take batch numbers on everything I take, so that you know, when you do a test, for example, you write down what substances you have had, and I will always, it's best to honestly declare every single thing you've had that's either a sports nutrition product or a medication at all, because then at least if that comes back where there's an issue that you weren't aware of, you can then check the batch numbers of what you actually took and trace it back to perhaps where it came from, if that was ever to happen. Honestly, I think that whole tainted substance kind of thing is like the biggest excuse in the history of excuses. But obviously then it does create doubt for everyone else. So be onto it. If you're probably not aware, age group athletes actually can be tested. They do get tested, so don't think that the rules don't apply to you. If you step onto a sanctioned race event, you can be tested no matter what at that event, and if they're suspicious and you're a member of a triathlon body, you can then be tested after that. So don't think that just because you race age group that you're immune from all the things that revolve around sport integrity. I'm a big advocate for trying to do things the right way, and yeah, it's very disappointing what happened you know, in our sport over the past few months. And yeah, I hope that, you know, at least it opens the door for people to have discussions when they're not sure about things, and who to talk to, and everything else. But there are, yeah, Sport Integrity Australia for the Australian athletes. Go on there and have a look. If you're not aware of things, there's like a bunch of literature and everything on there that can educate you as to what you should be doing, who you need to talk to, and how to look up things if you're not sure. So that's where I'm at the moment. It's been a challenging couple of weeks. I've had some massive doubts. I've had some really low moments, as you do when these things happen. I've been in tears, I've been on the floor in pain. But yeah, I guess as we move forward, things will get better. If you've got any questions about being injured, returning from injury, recovering from injury, anything like that, and you want to ask, stick them in the comments. I'm happy to respond. Also, if you've got questions about anti-doping, checking substances, sports integrity, whereabouts, what whereabouts means for us athletes that are on the global whereabouts list, stick those questions in the comments. I am head down, bum up, doing everything I can to be ready for Cairns. I'm so keen to defend my title. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody there. I've got a great bunch of people that are coming with me to support me, and I'm super grateful for that, especially with everything we're dealing with at the moment. And I just, yeah, can't wait to see everyone and have a smile and have some fun, and yeah, just, you know, enjoy what is my favourite race, Cairns Ironman. So I look forward to seeing you there. Questions below, share this, like it, and I will see you soon. Couldn't think of a way that would sound authentic. It's like, can I look at my Instagram because I'm an influencer? Which I'm not.